Hello, good evening to everybody. You are welcome to today's live video. I hope you had a great day, or you're having a great day up to now. In today's video, I will talk about why we shouldn't Google our symptoms, or we shouldn't check on the internet our symptoms. Before that, I'll give you a story. This is a personal experience I'm about to share with you. When I completed senior high school, I didn't know which course or which program to study in the university. So I was thinking at home. So I was among my family members. And one day, a cousin of mine, all of a sudden, was urinating urine with the color like Coca-Cola. And his eyes were all yellow. And his skin coloration became yellow. So I was so surprised. And thinking, why we are all here happy, all of a sudden he's turning all this way. So I got curious. So he told me he was feeling feverish. And it seems like he was having headache too. So I was thinking, what could have been the cause of this? And as curious as I was, I searched on the internet. What are the causes of yellowing of the skin and urinating urine with color Coca-Cola? They give me a lot of diseases like diagnosis or the reasons why the urine can turn into Coca-Cola. So I choose one of them, and I search, how can that be solved? So they also give me a drug that when you have this condition, this is the drug that can be used to cure it. So I wrote that drug down. I sent it to the pharmacy, which was about 30 minutes by car from where I was staying. So when I went to the pharmacist told me that the drug I was having was not an over-the-counter medicine. I didn't even understand what over-the-counter medicine was. I just wanted a drug to cure my cousin who was getting sick. So I was disappointed. I couldn't get the drug to come and treat my cousin. So when I came home, I called my brother. They came to take my cousin to the hospital, where he was healed. Now this is a personal experience. I didn't succeed. But who knows that the drug I have written or I was looking for could have cured that particular situation at that particular moment. And the time I used to travel from where I was staying to the pharmacy, which was about 30 minutes, that time, if we could have acted on it and sent our cousin to the hospital, I think he could have been healed faster or earlier. So, this is my personal story, and I'm about to tell you some disadvantages of Googling your symptoms, why you should avoid doing them. In case you want to do them too, there's a way you can go about it. It's not everything that we just search on the internet. Now, the first one from the story I gave right now, when you are feeling unwell. One, the time you are looking for the symptoms on the internet, when you move directly to the hospital, that has reduced the time needed for you to be treated. For instance, if you had a problem, you're having a problem right now, and instead of you to move to the clinic directly or health center directly, you are Googling on the internet, what might be the cause of this? What might be the cause of this? If you're having a serious condition, by the time you get to the hospital, you might die. instead of just moving directly to the hospital. You know, there are some diseases when you want to treat them, the highest number of time or the time required for the correct treatment must be less than 4 hours. 4 hours, 30 minutes. If it is higher than that, it cannot be treated. It can be treated, but the method that can be used to treat it will be different, and the repercussions afterwards too is higher. Sometimes they can even lead to amputation just because of time wasted. So we should avoid Googling our symptoms. One of the things we feel that we are feeling unwell, some things is not well with us, let's move directly to the hospital to avoid the time needed to get a diagnosis and be treated appropriately. And the second one is the chance that we will misdiagnose ourselves is very high. Yes, because a lot of things are on the internet. This one is saying this one is contradicting this. So by the time you realize, if you want to just base your treatment on Dr. Google, you are going to misdiagnose yourself. So for you to have the correct treatment, what do? You move straight to the hospital so that you can be treated correctly. The disease is identified and the right medication is given. But if you want to rely on Dr. Google, you can be prepared for anything. It's like you are risking your life. You know that there's a car coming, but you want to start on the road anyway. In case I die, no problem. If that's what you want to do, I will not advise you to do that. Okay, and secondly, that's the third point. Google. It's not everybody who is an expert on the internet. It's not everybody who is an expert. People write and post on the internet just for posting's sake. It's not that there's an expert on the internet that puts the things there that whatever is there is the correct one. A lot of things are there. So, would you like to be treated by a fake person or someone who knows what they are talking about? The only way you can know someone who knows what they are talking about is when you visit them in person and you tell them what you have, and they look at your eyes, open your eyes and see what is wrong, your physical condition, how it is, before they prescribe something to you. But when you are looking on the internet, it becomes very difficult for you. And you get a wrong, fake person putting anything out there who they don't even know the source of whatever they are doing, and they will give you the advice. Don't do that. The fourth point. You know the reason why doctors spend so many years in college or in the medical school? It's for a reason. It's not just like they should just be there for being their sake, or like maybe they're just prolonging the thing for, I don't know. A lot of people say, I don't know what people think. We studied for 7 years, almost 7 years in school, just to come out as medical doctors. I'm not yet one, but hopefully by grace of God, I'll be there. And now you search, and you have a problem, you search just 5 minutes, and you get your diagnosis. It's just not right. You know, I wanted to promote a website where on that website you can be chatting with a doctor, a real person. You can be chatting with a person. In case where you are is far away from the hospital, you'll not be able to get. In case you are far away from the hospital, you might not be able to get to the hospital. But there's this website that you can log on to. But they've not sponsored me yet, so I will not talk about them. All right, so, and also someone said, since the time they were born, it is Google that has been diagnosing them. Okay. I'll advise you to stop, because nobody knows what you might go and do to yourself the next time you do that. So just stop. And there's some people who are saying that I am not a medical doctor yet, but I'm giving a medical advice. You realize that if you've been following me for a very long time now, you realize that we started with the possibility answers, whereby we take people's questions or people's health challenges and we discuss them publicly. Now, before I respond to each of those questions, I make sure I consult those who are ahead of me, specialists, those who know what they are doing, and those who know exactly what is wrong with the situations I've been bringing to them. So I don't just stand up and give advices to people. I consult people. People who don't understand the importance of networking will sit down and be saying that you are just giving advice. You are giving medical advice, even though you are not a doctor. I've never said anywhere I am. But it's through the power of networking, you can get ideas to help solve people's problems. So that is the reason why the possibility answers has stopped. I have put a stop to the possibility answers, and I feel still there are people who need this knowledge. What you are talking about is about us. It's about us. It's about you as a person. You can't just run away from yourself. For instance, you can't just say you are running away from your head. Because you have a head, there might be a problem. There can be a problem with your head, and you need a solution to it. And the number of people who need this information, so much people need this information. So much people need this information, and we can't just sit down, eat and relax and sit at home as if nothing is happening. Me, I didn't get this opportunity. I wanted something like this. Actually, that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I know this could help someone, and I know there are good people out there who are also watching, who also like to support what we are doing. We need to give this information out to people, and the people there are some good medical students, and some good doctors. After explaining to them, they are ready to help. That's why we put in. We've been doing what we've been doing, but there are also some people who are thinking that we need to have a certificate in our hands to show that yes, we are doctors before we can help. We can help each other. As for me, it doesn't work with me that way. I'm not going to stop, because the desire in me right now for this message to get to people out there who really need it is higher than those negative comments from people saying I should have my degree in medicine or I should have my doctorate before I can tell people that anytime you wake up early morning, drink water. People just need that. You don't know how simple things people miss. When you listen to people talk, that is when you know that really people just need, oh please, just do this. And you realize they'll be healthy. That's the only thing they need. Now some of people are there saying you should get your doctorate, you want to be famous, that's why you are doing what you are doing. Master, what I do is just, I want to do it. I want to do it because I feel like it will help someone somewhere. And if someone is saying that we should get our doctorate, for me it doesn't work with me that way, because I like sharing whatever I know. You understand? I'm not coming here to read anybody's that Madam so and so has gotten this. So this. I'm not doing that. I'm just sharing my general knowledge. Anybody can do it if you just know what you're talking about. Don't just go and nobody should just start this and go and be saying anything out there. But if you just know what you're talking about, anybody can do this. All right. So if in case you feel that maybe in your era it has never been done, it doesn't mean that in this era too it must not be done. No, things cannot just be the way they are. Things must change. Even me, I feel like the medical profession is such a sacred place whereby things are secretly done. I don't like that. That's the reason why when I was young, I never liked the hospital. Because I feel things are, you go, then all of you sit beside a man think about you, all of a sudden say, okay, go and take this drug. I never liked the hospital. But I'm happen to following that path now. And so I don't want people to feel the same way I felt. So that's why I'm doing this. Like, I want to open it up more. So that we talk about it the more. The more we talk about it, the more people understand us. They don't see us as superhumans. Even you don't want to be seen as a superhuman. You know, people feel that you're not the first person in the medical school. You know. And because of that, you should follow what others have done. You should just do it the way others are doing it. I understand them. But we all don't think the same. You know, we all don't think the same. We all don't think the same. That is why I will not stop. And I know there are good people who are supporting, who are also investing in this. So that is why we will not stop. We will continue doing it. We will continue doing it. In case you are out there to watching this video and you feel like supporting us to send these quality health messages to people out there, you can do so. You can support us. We welcome your support. All right. And that is it for now. So, in case you have questions, you can leave it in the comment section. And I want to see what you're also thinking about. How to Google your symptoms, which I'm saying you should stop, and the people saying that you should wait and get your doctorate before you can talk about quality health education to educate someone on it. You need to get your doctorate first. For me, I don't believe in the first one, in the second one, because I feel when you know something, the more you share, the more you know. And you are helping someone too. You don't know what the person is going through. That small advice you give to someone might be the one that's taking that person out of something. Even recently, there is a case of so much suicide. People were committing suicide here and there. People were committing suicide here and there. You don't know what they are going through. The fact that the person is smiling to you doesn't mean the person is well. The fact that someone is smiling to you doesn't mean that the person is well. Say something nice to someone. You know, let's show care. Let's support each other. You understand? One thing I realize is like the world is rushing. Like we are rushing so much for. Like the world is moving at a very high speed. That we forget to show we forget to show that human aspect of us to the people around us. You know, everybody's busy. Maybe it's just about the bills. You know, it's just about the bills to the detriment of even their health. They forget even themselves, working for someone rather. You understand? And the accumulation of all of that, in the future, it's 45 years to come. You break down your own health. That is why information is like this to constantly be reminding you of what you are doing. I need to think about myself a bit. You know, think about put yourself out there. Think about yourself. Right, that is why things like this, as a reminder to us, is very good. Instead of us to attacking it to make sure that we stop doing what you are doing. Maybe you have a brother who is a medical doctor. During his time or her time, he never done something like this. So because someone is doing it, the person should stop to follow whatever your family or someone has done. We are all different, you know. We are all different, and what is in us is high. We are looking at the bigger picture, and we know what we are doing is useful to people. In case you don't find it useful, no problem. There are people who are finding it useful, and they are encouraging us to do more. Now, so in case that's just by the way. So in case you want to Google something about your health, what must you Google? Google how, in case you're having headache and you feel like Googling something, don't Google what causes headache. They might tell you have cancer of the brain. You have intracranial hypertension. You might not even read them, you might not even understand them, and all of a sudden your anxiety level will be very high. So what you Google instead is, how can I prevent headache? How can I prevent headache? In that way, they will give you, maybe they can say, oh, you rest a bit. They can provide solutions for what you are having. In case you want to know what causes it, I think you should visit a health center, or you should see a professional rather. Because that place, exams will be done, where the main cause of it will be identified. But when you check on Dr. Google, you might even get heart attack. You even Sometimes you can even die because of that. You can even get major depression that will lead to your death. So Google rather, how can I prevent headache? So that one will give you some solutions. Sleep, maybe go and take your bath, eat a lot of fruit. And in case you want to know what causes it, I advise that you visit a health center. I hope this tips has been helpful to you. Yeah. So I will be leaving right now. In case you have any question, you can leave them in the comment. In case you have any question, you can leave them in the comments. I'm ready to answer all of them. My cousin was healed. Immediately he went to the hospital and tests were done and everything was okay. But if they wanted to rely on me going to the drugstore with my fake diagnosis, looking for fake drug to go and treat a fake diagnosis, but maybe he might have died right now. That is why we don't Google. We don't just go into the internet, Google symptoms, all of a sudden looking for diseases. When they tell you have cancer of the brain, what will you do? Some even commit suicide. One thing people get so wrong is because the person is smiling, the person is fine. Smile is the best deception anyone can put on. Smile is the best one anybody can put on, and everybody will think that everything is fine. Everybody will think that everything is fine. Just put on a smile. Everybody will think we are okay. Nobody will have the time to go deeper. My brother, are you sure you are okay? Just put on a smile. Everything will be fine, right? Everybody will assume that you are okay. But it's not true. You've seen so many cases of such cases. People who are happy, everything they're happy. Deep down, they are broken. They are broken inside. The reason why a lot of people do drugs, even when they're doing it, they don't like people to see them. It's because, it's like they are all to themselves with nobody to open up to. You see, when you open yourself up to someone, you know that at least someone listens to you. You see, that feeling of nobody is listening to you will force you to go and do things to yourself, even to harming yourself. That's why we don't blame people. We don't judge people. Why are they doing this? This person is bad. This person is this. But the question is, why are they doing what they are doing? So let's try rather to find why people do what they do. Maybe you are Googling on the internet. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe you don't have money. That's why you are Googling on the internet. Maybe so that you can fast track the process. Or maybe you don't want to go and tell someone, maybe a doctor, that you are having gonorrhea or sexually transmitted disease. So you hide somewhere and do your own thing. By the end of the day, how long can you hide? How long will you be hiding? You hide to the extent that you even see yourself as not enough. Let me read this comment. Very true. Little drop of water make a mighty ocean. Little drop of water make a mighty ocean. That's from Johnny Isaka Isa. Brysa, I hope everything is well with you. Long time. I'm glad you are watching. I'm glad you are watching. Everybody should be mindful of their health. Everybody should be mindful of their health. You see, everybody should be mindful of their health. That is the only gift you can give to yourself. Because you are the only one you have. What people forget is the kidney you have today, the eyes you have today, the ears, your heart, your lung, your intestines, and everything. They will be the only machine that will drive you in this life. Nobody knows the number of years you live. See, the only machine that will drive you in this life will be those organs, unless you go and do transplant. But if you are not doing transplant, those will be the only organs that will transport you from now to the day you leave Earth. That means you must put in the necessary step to protect them. You wake up early in the morning. Because of the long duration of your sleep, you become dehydrated. So the first thing you do is you take in some water, 1 glass of water. What will that do? It will help lessen the pressure on your kidneys from the concentration of your blood throughout the night. You are protecting your kidneys. And those who like smoking, the lungs you have, it will just be the same lungs for you every time. Unless you go for transplant, it is possible. Unless you go for transplant. And even the risk associated with that transplant also it's a different matter. But the lung you have, that's for you now till the time you quit Earth or you die. So that means whatever you are doing right now, you need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking about that. The thing I'm smoking right now, what is the effect of this smoke on my lungs? You are destroying your lungs. You are destroying your lungs. You are destroying your lungs. Those who drink alcohol, so much alcohol. So much alcohol. It's like we know it is not right. We know it's not right. But the edge to stop is not there. Like, or the willpower to overcome is not there. And we need information like this to move us sometimes. To take those hard decisions or be hard to ourselves a bit. It's not easy. It's not easy. But we need that strength to do it. We need that strength to do it. And like anytime you want to do something to yourself, just ask yourself. Before you skip your breakfast, ask yourself, my organs in me, can I replace them before I die? Can I replace them? You cannot replace them. They will be the same organs to take you from now to the time you die. That means they need to be protected. Whatever you do, you must protect them. You see, that should be the first thing. The organs you have, your lungs, your heart, you need to protect them. They need to be protected. That's when you wake up every day. That should be your first thinking, because that's you first. So sometimes I've been saying that anything you do, it should be you first. You should come first. This is what I mean. Your body, you must take care of your body first, because that's all you've got. And as that's all you've got, that means you need to take care of yourself first before you rush out to your work. Before you move out, like forgetting everything about yourself and going to work for someone. Yes, you must work hard. You know, we need to work hard. But you first, take care of yourself. You know, sometimes I really feel we really don't love ourselves. You know, we don't love ourselves that much. Because if you look at the packet of smoking like this, on the pack, they wrote on it, smoking can kill you. Smoking can kill you. They wrote it on it. You read it that, but you just ignore it. It's very true. It can kill you. In all the cancer, from studies so far, all the cancers we had, cancer of the bladder, cancer of the lungs, and colorectal cancer. The cause or risk factor is what? Smoking. And people know that, but still they do it. Let's love ourselves enough. You see, so that anytime you are doing those kind of things to yourself, you're about to skip your breakfast, or about to go and consume so much alcohol. Let's think about ourselves a bit. Let's love ourselves. Because we are the only one. When they say love yourself first, for me, this is what it means for me. I don't know what it means for you. When they say love yourself, this is what it means for me. You see, love yourself first, so that you take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, like you'll be happy. When you're happy, sometimes people know what they are doing is wrong. So when they're able to overcome it, the joy is just indescribable. You understand? I'm not here to judge anybody's action that, like, we're just, I'm in a profession whereby my job is to help to solve people's problems and give advice, or you suggest something for people so that they will decide for themselves to stop whatever they are doing. You understand? I'm not supposed to come and say, stop this. No. That's not my job. But like the joy in overcoming whatever we know is wrong, the joy in doing that, it's just indescribable, and it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling to know that you've been doing something which is harmful to you. Now you have the power to stop. It's a nice feeling. And informations like this are the ones that are needed for that. That's the reason why we are doing what we are doing. Informations like this. The results don't lie. I was with our professor the last time. So this patient came, who he smokes a lot. So he had a problem with his lungs. They cut a portion of his lungs. So when he came back, again, they told him, like, this one right now, you need to stop smoking. He went. He could not stop the smoking. He started smoking again. And when he came that time, the second time, like, our professor really got angry with him. You understand? He really, really, really got angry with him. When I asked him what is the reason for going back to what he was doing at first, he could not even say. He said he didn't know. He didn't know. But in any case, when an advice is given, people have the right to say, I'll take this advice or not to take this advice. You understand? But the ones that will help us, let's take it. Let's take it. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. The way you handle it, that's the way it's going to be for you. We can get everything we want. But for me, health is wealth. A healthy person is a wealthy person. That's the reason why when you wake up every day, the reason why you should be happy should be that I am healthy. If you don't know any reason why you should be healthy, you think about someone. Every day accidents are occurring. Every day bad things are happening to people. Every day bad things are happening to people. So anytime you wake up healthy, be grateful for that. Be grateful for that. I'm not here to judge you. No, we don't judge. But we only provide advice so that you take it. Even there was a time, I shared a story before. I said I wanted to do some, I wanted to take someone's blood or something. I remember, yeah. I wanted to take someone's blood. And the person said, no, you are black, so don't touch me. Cool. That's the choice. I don't have a problem with that. Whoever is interested in taking his or her blood, fine, they should go ahead and do it. You have that right. But at the end of the day, it's your life. But it's better. It's better we think about ourselves first. Ourselves first. Anything we want to do, let's think about ourselves. Any decision we take, will this thing help me? Even sometimes I think the world is not fair sometimes. The world is not fair sometimes to some people, People are born through no fault of theirs. They are genetically predisposed to have some diseases. Some can be born with genetic mutations. The world is not fair. But in case you are able to, you have the ability to be healthy, It is an asset. You know, there are some people who are born with the anus which is not open. You know, the anus is not open. That means they don't have anus. It needs to be created artificially. It needs to be created. But in case you are in a good health, in case you don't have anything to be grateful for, think about that. There are some people who are going through worse than you. And about suicide. So much competition to the extent that we feel that there's nothing, we are lagging behind. Our life is no longer of value. You see, struggles of life started from the time of reproduction. You know, when your father ejaculated, it is the fastest, the hardiest sperm that is able to fertilize the egg. So you realize that life itself is not a place for comfort. Yes, life itself is not a place for comfort. Life itself is not a place for comfort. Because even if at that stage there's competition already, who will fertilize the egg? Who will fertilize the person? If someone enters, one sperm enters, that's the end of it. The gate is closed to all the rest of the millions of sperm. The gate is closed. That means we have won the battle. You have won the first battle of life. So in case you are thinking, you are feeling worse, like you are feeling that right now life is of no value, people are doing things, we are not doing anything, you are feeling worthless. Think about that, the battle you won at reproduction, when there's fertilization of eggs. You won that battle. It is a battle. It is a battle. So when you are having challenges in life, you just have to tell you of you just have to remind you of the battle you won already. You've won the battle before. That means this one too, you can win it. It's just a matter of time. Don't take any drastic decision in the moment. Life is worth living. You know. You might feel worthless. You might feel like doing harm to yourself. But know that someone is thinking about you. And is giving them hope. You might feel like you have no value, but your life is of value to someone. You know, your life is of value to someone. Even the thought of you being alive, give some people you might just don't know. Because one thing I realize is people are quick to point out people's mistakes rather than telling them good things. You know, it's easy. The easiest thing people to do right now is to point out how bad people are. But do you know, someone who people think are, in quote, bad, can become good when the good in them is pointed out to them. And one thing to realize is, the more you do that to people, that is the same thing you receive. You know, so far, that's the lesson I've learned so far. Like, the energy you give out is the same energy you receive. Give out a positive one. You receive a positive feedback right now. Whatever you want to get, give it out. Radiate that energy and see you receive the same energy back. Yes, of course, there will be fake people around you. You get disappointed sometimes. But like, let your positivity be higher than your negativity. You know, it has never been easy for anybody. It has never been easy for anybody. You know, the people we admire so much, they also have problems. Everybody has problems. You know. And the needs of life, the needs of human beings is insatiable. In case someone has a Benz car right now, and that person sees someone in Lamborghini, I'm sure the best person will be yearning for that Lamborghini. So the human being is insatiable. So let's just be content with whatever we have. Let's be content. The more content you are, the more happy you become. The more happy you become, the more healthier you become. See, these are just random thoughts I'm sharing with you. Because I feel we are all humans. And these are my let's be more content. Things should not always go the way we want it. That's also another cause of pain. Emotional torture. We torture ourselves. We want everything to go the way we want it. When things go that way, we want it to go the way we want. Always, it should just be about us. When things don't go that way, it causes emotional pain. It causes emotional pain. And I'm not doing this alone. We are a group of young people who are doing it. You just want to spread this message. You want to spread this positive message out. You want to get this kind of advices out to people. We've seen people getting sick. Like we've seen. It's like one thing I realize is the hospital is we are watching live from the backside. One thing I realize is the hospital is a place for sadness, except the workers that come to work who might be happy. Anybody that comes there is because of a problem, it's because of a challenge. Either they are in pain. It's pain. That's the most important. So it's like we are experiencing life from the backside. The pain people are trying to avoid. That is our reality. The pain people are trying to avoid, that is our reality. You see, the pain people are trying to avoid, that is our reality. And I hope all the women who are watching right now, from the ages of 45 to 54, they have themselves screened. They screen themselves. They're going to screen their breasts for this breast cancer. It is very important. The earlier the breast cancer is detected, the higher the chance of curing it. But when you allow it to grow, we allow it to fester, to metastasize. This word. Like to spread to every part of the body, which is called come on, I can't pronounce this word. I think I need to get this word right. And these are some of the challenges I want to eliminate. Now, when metastasis, yes. Now, when you go and tell an old man that he's having metastasis, I'm struggling to pronounce it. So, but what is the meaning of that word? It just means what? The spreading of cancer from its original point to the various parts of the body. Metastasis. That's the things I want to avoid. Because when that happens, you don't understand anything. When they go to the hospital, you just go. The patients will just be there in front of the doctor. Whatever they say, okay. When they leave the hospital, they are broken down. They are more broken down because they don't understand anything about their health. Even though they are there to pay, to be healed. But at the end of it, they get confused the more. So they think that for the doctors, they know everything. And there's this incident that happened in churches a lot. They said The doctor said, I cannot work for life, but the pastor is able to heal me. It's like the church is working, like, the church is like, what I used to feel is, it's like, the church is working to disprove the doctors. You understand that kind of thing? And I don't think that's how it should be. Everyone is important, Everybody is important. You are responsible for the spiritual food of people. You are feeding them spiritually. That's cool. But there are some people who are specialized also in taking care of the body. These are the doctors. So I don't think there should be this war, people saying the doctors say this, the pastor this, the pastor is stronger than the doctors, the churches are stronger than the doctors. I don't see it that way though. These are my personal views. In case you have any comments you like to leave it in there. I would like to hear what you are thinking. Sure, very true. Little drops of water make a mighty ocean. Just little. No. I would like to hear what you are thinking. And I want to point out this. I made a video recently talking about breast cancer. Someone was telling me that I should use the medical terms. I should use medical terms. Yes, that's very true. But what I would like to point, I would like to say that my target is not those in the medical profession. I'm not talking to medical students. I'm not talking to doctors. I'm talking to the layman down there who doesn't know anything about medicine. You understand? That's the kind of people I'm targeting. Those are my targets. That is why when I'm talking, I try to avoid the medical terms as much as possible. I don't want to put medical jargons. It's the same thing that happens. That's the reason why the medical profession is the way it is. It is kind of sacred. People go, they don't understand, but everybody keeps quiet. I don't think things should be that way. The thing should be broken down to the level where people can understand. When you are speaking to people, you need to speak the people's language. If you want to, you are dealing with people, you speak the people's language. The people who are not in the medical class with us, they didn't go to our lectures. So in case we want to talk to those people so that they understand us, we need to break the things down to the language they can speak. That's when the real healing comes. And when the people feel like, I understand this man understands me, that's when the real healing comes. Not when we try to put so much jargons in there, confuse the people or the more. A sick person comes to the hospital, the person gets confused. So they become like, They don't do you have any question? A lot of questions, but they can't be asked because they don't know where to start from, where to end, because the questions are just too much. So as for the medical jargons, I will leave them aside. Unless it becomes so necessary. Because my target is not, I'm not teaching medical students, or I'm not teaching doctors or health professionals. In case some of them are here, that's cool. You can support what we are doing. But the mission of the Possibility of Center is to get to those who don't know their health, those who are naive. We are sending this message to those who are naive, those who don't know anything about health. That's my concern. So as for the medical jargons there, fine. Let's leave them aside. Let's leave the medical jargons aside. So those who are suggesting to me that I should use the correct medical terms for the things I'm saying, please, I hope you understand my point of view right now. My target is people who don't know. You understand? So that's the reason I want to serve as the intermediary between the doctors or the health experts and those who don't know. So that they become aware of themselves. They should understand. The words are not difficult, but the way the words are, that's the reason people don't understand. So we need to break it down for the people to understand. But when we are talking about metastasis, intracranial hypertension, the old man in the village, how would such a person understand what you are talking about? That's the reason why. So as for the medical jargons, when we meet as colleagues, we will talk about them. But when I'm doing these kind of things to the public, like I would like you to hold back the medical jargons aspect aside. So let's talk about letting people understand what we are talking about. You understand? I received so much criticism in that area too. People said you are not using the jargons, you use the word. Use the word. Yes, I'm not teaching medical students. I'm not teaching doctors. I want some people in somewhere in the village somewhere who I just want to know myself. You don't need to fight with me with jargons. Those are the people I'm targeting. So the medical jargons, let's leave them aside. I will explain it to the level where I can explain it. That's the agenda of the Possibility Health Center. We want to serve as an intermediary, as I've said earlier, between the health sector and the people. And since we want to serve the people, we need to speak their language. We need to speak their language. If you are sending our language to them, it becomes so difficult for them to understand, and it's resistant, causing them to reject this good information we have for them, and leading to a lot of disaster going on out there. Suicide, drugs. They feel like it's nobody who understands them. And they also don't understand. I've seen that so many times. I was speaking with someone, why do you do the things you do? He said, nobody understands me. When I came to the hospital, nobody was ready to listen to me. They were just giving me what they know. They're just giving me what they know. It is very true. One thing too is I heard also is people say that when they go to the hospital, doctors shy away from telling them their diseases, to the extent that when the disease grow up, or like when there's escalation of the disease, that is when they diagnose it. A lot of things doctors consider before saying that someone has a disease. Doctors don't just stand up and say that this person you are having portal hypertension, you are having this. They don't just do that. A lot of factors they consider. How can we receive such a message? They consider that. So if you want to be told the truth in the hospital, you have to act in a way that you are ready to accept the truth. But if you don't act in a way that shows that you are ready to accept the truth, you'll not be told the truth. You need to assure them. You need to assure the doctors that no, be truthful to me. What is the problem? Now, because a lot of people go, they can't receive the truth. You can read from their body everything that they can't receive the truth. So you don't tell them the truth. But even me as a person, personally, I feel however hard it is, even though it is hard, we should let people know what they're saying. Whether it is hard for them to accept or whatever, we need to maybe whatever we do just to let them know the reality is better. Because I've read some stories, I've watched people's survival stories, people's last days on earth. They said the doctors didn't tell them. They visited this one too. The doctor said this. They visited this one. None of them told them the truth unless the thing became worse before the person was finally told that you're having stage 4. By the time we realized that it has increased to stage 4, it has to a level where it cannot be cured. And it is sad. It is sad to see someone you love like getting a disease that cannot be cured. Or because the truth was denied from the beginning. The person has tried to visit a lot of people, but all those people were denying that truth. Or either they make it look like that is nothing. They make it look like that is nothing. You know, I feel it's hard. It's hard to let people know the truth. It's hard. But sometimes you need to let them know. If you let them know, you don't just look at things on the surface and think that things are just easy. Oh, this one is not anything. You don't know what might be under. That's why you need to take the extra step and look carefully at people. A lot of people are dying. A lot of people are dying because of that. Just because of making things look common. Oh, this one is not anything. You know, a lot of people are dying because of that. How about the situation? Let's have patience for people. I mean, sometimes they don't even need the drug sometimes. They just need the ear to listen to them. Let them keep quiet, allow them to talk. Allow them to talk. Then after that, you modify what you're looking for, you modify to get it. That is all they need. By the time you realize they are healed. But it's hard because the world is rushing. Everybody's rushing. You want to finish fast. 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 That's leading to a lot of deaths. And right now there are some comments I can't read them. Because when I read them, it's like they are cursing the profession, the medical profession. They are cursing. It's like doctors are no good. Me who are just some few of them. They are good doctors. They are very good doctors who do whatever it takes for their patients. But some too are like that. It's sad, but and when I listen to those stories, I feel for them, but there's nothing I can do about it. And I don't believe in that saying that is their destiny. No, that is not their destiny. I don't believe that. It's not their destiny. I believe something could have been done if attention were paid to them. That's not their destiny. So as for the medical jargons, when I'm doing these kind of public things, no medical jargons. I want people to understand me in the language they speak, not in the language I speak. When we meet as medical students or medical this one, fine, that one is okay. But here, we are breaking everything down in the language people can speak so that they can understand us. So they know that the things, it is about them. It's not about us. It's about them. It's about them. You don't go and bombard someone. The person will leave out and be nodding their head. Yes, okay, everything is okay, everything is okay. But at the end of the day, you realize that the person doesn't understand anything. You yourself, you realize it. You realize the person does not understand anything. But they're just saying yes, just for the time to pass. Okay. In case you have anything to add to what I've said so far, you can leave it in the comments. You can leave it in the comments. Let me hear what you are thinking. So the medical jargons, I'm not going to use them. I want people to understand. In case I use them, I will explain in a plain language for them to understand. I'd like to hear what you are thinking. I would like to hear what you are thinking. I would like to hear what you are thinking. Okay, I think I've done for the day. Yes, in case you feel like supporting us, in case you feel like supporting what you are doing in sending these quality health messages to the people who need it, but they are not having access to it right now, so that we can expand our broadcast, so that we can get more people on board, so that we can get more gadgets, so that we can expand what we are doing. You can support us on PayPal. That's paypal.me/the Possibility Health Center. You can support us in anything you want to give us. We'll be appreciative of that. That will help us in our work and make sure we expand and get the mission on course. It will not be in vain. We are really committed. Those who are perishing because of lack of knowledge is hurting some of us, especially me. And the Possibility Health Center, anybody who joins us, that will be the person's concern also. We want to eliminate that. We want to get this message out to a large number of people as possible. You know, when you know yourself is power. Know yourself, knowing oneself, to me, this is what it means. Knowing your anatomy, so that you know yourself better. You know, we've lived in a way where when I say know yourself, it's just psychological. We are thinking psychology, forgetting our anatomy, forgetting that our actions are producing the consequences we are facing. You imagine just smoking cigarettes, smoking from today. When you are 15 years, you started smoking cigarettes. By the time you are 35 years, how your lungs look like? It's like we refuse to think about that. You know, so this is the message I want us to put out there, so that people be aware that their actions are producing the result they are having in their life, health-wise. So in case you want to support us, you'll be grateful. You'll be grateful. You'll be grateful. And yeah, it will not be in vain. It will be for a good cause. It will be for a good cause. paypal.me/the Possibility Health Center. Support us with whatever you have. And we will expand. We will expand to a large number of platforms so that a lot of people can hear about us. It's not just about one person. It's a whole movement of people who believe in the same message, that this message needs to get to people. People need it. People need it. If people will know early, some people know early that breast cancer can be prevented by doing a breast screening. If people know that early, some of them wouldn't have reached the stage where the cancer has metastasized to each part of their body and they are dying. They never know. They never know. Early detection, this what can be cured. So these are the messages I want us to spread across. And in case you also believe in the same message and you feel like supporting us, you're welcome on board. You're welcome on board. Let's do this together. After all, the greatest value of life is to making sure that you put a smile on someone's face. There are a lot of people are going through a lot. Why not serve as that voice to let someone smile? To let someone smile. Someone will smile because of your actions. Someone needs this message. And I was talking to someone the last time, the person said, I never knew about this. Yes, I know you never knew about it. Maybe sometimes I feel everybody should go to the medical school. That's what I feel. Because the things we are talking about, they are interested in it about everybody, but it's not possible that way. That is why those who had the chance to be here should make it a point to have the concern of those who don't at heart. And the only way we can do that is when you support us. You watching, when you support us, we can do that. We can do it. We can do it. We want to reach a lot of people. Metastasize. boys, they worry boys. Metastasize. Metastasize. Is this kind of words? Why? So do you want me to? So what should I do about that word, my guy? I think I'm inviting you, Nick. I'm inviting you here. I'm inviting you because you are a good guy. We can do this. We can do this together. That's why I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you, Nick. You can join me. Let's do this. Charlie, leave. That word I have explained it so many times. I'm very sure the people watching, they understand that word so much. The people watching, they understand that word because from the beginning, I broke it down. It gave me troubles. I set it and I made sure I had it right. So the people understand that word very well right now. Even one of the possibility of answers, someone asked me that, what is the meaning of metastasis? This word metastasis. What is the meaning of metastasis? So I had to go and look for that word, explain it to you. Just that word. I need to just go and explain that word. So it is giving a lot of people challenges. So that's why I try to avoid it as possible. That what you are trying to say is like the spreading of the cancer from its primitive origin to the rest of the body. And that way it's cool. A lot of people understand it that way. Nick, do you need a mirror this time around to be able to see? Or it's okay? I'm doing it. I don't know how the feedback is. Like, if you can give me some feedback, I'll be very glad. Like, how is it like? Is it cool? Can you see me clearly now, or you still need a mirror like the last time? I would like to hear your feedback to know if you can hear me clearly. If the vision, you can see me clearly, you can hear me clearly. Sometimes you think you are doing it to the best, but the technology also has its own way. So our mission, as I've said so many times, is to make sure people are healthy, people are aware of themselves. They know their body, they know their anatomy. And we are doing it in a language for the people to understand. For the people to understand. It's about them, it's not about us. As for us, we know what we want to know. But it's about, we are trying to let people understand us. So we are speaking in their language. That is why I say we should reduce the big words. That's why we should eliminate the jargons. When we are among ourselves, let's talk about the big words. But when we are out there, we are letting people to understand us. Let's break it down to their level. Is it okay right now? Right now, as you are speaking right now, are you talking about right now or the last time? I mean, the sentences were messed up for reading's sake. Right now, I think I'm not writing anything, so I think everything is okay. If there's anything I need to correct, kindly let me know, okay? You know, this is how we go. You might think we are doing the best, but those who are the receiving end also having a different view. Okay, I think it's done for today. So I'll believe in you for now. Please support us. We need your support. We can't do it alone. Support us. So I hope to see you in another live video some other time. Apart from that, this has been the Possibility of Center, and it's about you. Help us help you. Help us help you. And we believe that the greatest value of life is to making sure that someone smiles. Touching a life is the greatest value that life can offer. Thank you so much for being here. You make sure whatever you do, think about yourself. Be healthy. It's about you. Be healthy. If in case you don't need yourself, your family needs you. You know, it's happened. Someone say, "Me, I'm tired of life. I can't continue anymore." At least your family needs you. You might give up, but someone needs you. Your family needs you. Someone needs you. Someone needs you. Someone needs you. You can't let them down. You can't let them down. Okay. I'll see you in another live video some other time. Okay, bye-bye. Be healthy. It's a personal choice. Nobody will do it for us. You have to decide and be healthy. And remember to support this movement, to let more people hear this message. Bye-bye.